Hello, and welcome back to Silver Studios Rolling in the Netherdeep. We're excited to bring you a brand new tale of adventure in the lands of Wildmount. My name is Ron Murphy Dungeon Master. I am out of it today. My name is Ron Murphy Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have.
Hey everybody, this is Bill, and I play Orgoth Skullcrusher.
This is Jaiden, and I'm playing Laphus.
Really, I'm playing Voka.
Yeah. No, you were for a second you weren't being picked up.
You're like
Oh.
you're like frozen for like a hot second. Go again.
Oh. I'm Voka. I'm Mira. I'm playing Voka. Sorry, I got it backwards.
Strike that. Reverse it. Okay.
Try that. Reverse it.
We are great start today, guys. Yay, it's all my fault.
See what happens when Jaime's not here?
I
Jaime's not here
know.
and it just falls apart.
Jaime is not here. They are on vacation, and apparently their family has got them doing all sorts of busy work. So have fun. Is there anything we need to talk about before we dive right in?
How
Now
was
we
your
can just
Doctor Who convention?
Oh my God, Sylvester McCoy is the best. He's such a storyteller. I went to this convention where we did s'mores with the doctor and sat around a campfire in 90-degree heat and did s'mores. Well, they didn't do it at night. It was like 5:30 in the afternoon. They didn't want to wait until dark at like 9 p.m. But he was a great storyteller and it was awesome and I had a great time. It was wonderful. But
That
anyway,
has to be the most wholesome thing like I'd ever seen when you're putting pictures up on our Discord of here we are at the s'mores event with the doctor. I was
yeah,
like, that's just so wholesome.
it was so good, and he just told all sorts of stories from his past and everything. I loved it. Um, if everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Rolling in the Netherdeep, episode 92: Rest, Restock, Recover, and Run. Last time, after dealing with another angry red room, oh god, another angry moon room in the Netherdeep, you return to Ankh-Harel to refill your stock of potions and rest before returning to explore the Heart of Despair. Laphus returned to the company house to find Sky hard at work setting up your new home, and a strained apology letter from Gimishaga. North found Prolix and had him send a sending to someone. Orgoth purchased his bed from the Cool Flame and also received a letter from his mother. And discovered that his portable hole was filled with water. Um, Voka, you returned to the family manor in the River District and discovered that they had been visited by a doctor in a pinstriped suit who looked suspiciously like Wilvin. Voka discovered a strange, thin, circular tattoo on the back of his sister's right hand, causing the satyr to go into a panic, pull Zale onto his back, and race out the door. Voka, where are you going?
Hello. He does he remember exactly where their house is?
Yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
that's where you met them for the first time.
That's
So,
true.
and it's
That's true.
in the River District. It's not.
That's
It's
true.
maybe like a 10 or 15 minute walk away, and you're running. So,
Exactly. Yeah, he just like down the stone path just
yeah. So you get all the way to the company house and
yeah,
knock on
and
the door.
he like hikes like her like heavier on one arm and just on the door, and he
Lapis,
doesn't stop knocking.
Lapis, you
Hmm?
hear a constant knocking on the door.
She figures Sky could take care of it. So she doesn't, because right now she's resting.
Yeah, you the door comes like 1 second, 1 second. You delivery people, you're something else, aren't you? And you see this thin woman. Is she? I can't remember. Is she an elf? Half elf? I can't remember. It's been so long, and I
I
didn't.
don't remember.
She has rainbow hair. I do remember that. Um, but you see this a woman with rainbow hair with a duster in one hand and a an apron, and she kind of comes to the door. And it's like, just put it outside on the. Oh.
And in Voga for a second, he's like about to go into it, and he just says like pauses, backs up a second, looks around the house. He's like, "No, right place. Favored few. Need now. Yes."
Um, Oh, 1 second, come in. You haven't met Sky, have you? I don't think you
No.
have. Okay. My name's Sky. Please come in.
And
Uh,
he nods and he actually ducks under her arm to like scurry into the house.
uh, Zale is like, where are we? It's so
And
bright.
he like ducks down to like put her down, and he's like peeking in like different rooms.
There's
And she
no,
like down on the wood, it's just like that like tap 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 of like hooves.
there's books and there's like books and like just all sorts of sundries scattered everywhere, but nothing's really set up. There's like some furniture that's half built. Um, and there's stairs going up to a second floor. And Sky runs halfway up the stairs and says, "Laphus, you have a visitor."
I just got comfortable.
Do you want me to take a message? It's a satyr.
What do they want?
In Voka yells down from the bottom floor as like he kind of notes like side talking to someone. It's an emergency, please.
When is it ever not an emergency? She slowly gets up. She takes her time with it. Voka's the one that bothered her. Um, and she makes her way downstairs. She doesn't even go downstairs. She kind of just stays up at the top of the stairs.
And like Voka's like pacing back and forth, like his hand like on his chin.
You
And
see a younger satyr there.
oh, they met.
Oh, they met. You met. Yeah, you met. Did you met the sister?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them.
Okay. But
Yeah,
Uh,
I think she made it a point not to talk to the kid.
okay. The kid is looking kind of like really confused and is looking around like exploring.
Get it, kid, because it's a little goat.
that's pretty good.
Ah,
Anyways,
Yeah, Voka just says, could you I'm sorry. I don't do you want me to come up there? I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother you. I just and she like he's gonna like hold up his like kind of like reach for Zale's hand and like flash the back of it.
and you see a thin, singular, like almost like a tattoo artist just did a little thin line circle on the back of Zale's hand.
and yeah,
Do you know what this is?
nope, I don't.
You really know nothing, even though it came from that dragon man.
I know nothing. Am I supposed to?
Yes,
Why should I?
because he's your group's problem.
No, he's not my group's problem. He was Wilvin's problem.
Fine. And he's gonna scoop her up and he's gonna Zale up back on his back and he's gonna run into town.
Okay. Lapis, what do you do after that?
She gets up, goes right back to her room.
Okay. Orgoth, what do you do? You're muted.
After emptying the portable hole on the side of the wall outside of town and cut all the water out of it,
Yeah.
Orgoth makes his way back to the house and will come in and head up to his room. Hey, Sky.
Hey. Make a Voka and Orgoth roll a 20-sided. Just see how close the numbers are. To see if you run into each other.
Forgot my dice. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
My blue and red. Got a 6.
15.
Yeah, you do not run into each other. You are
Okay.
Voka, you head off into town. Orgoth, you head in. Sky is busy putting together a chair. She's cut like screwdrivers. She's like,
The place is really coming together.
oh, thank
Looks
you.
really
Did you see your friend out there, Voka?
Nope.
She
No,
was here
wait,
just a second ago. She seemed to be
Oh,
in quite a state.
He.
Sorry.
It's all pronouns. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
no, nope. I did not see him. But did did they talk to you?
Um,
Like,
they
what was the state?
uh, they talked to Laphus for a little bit. Something about an emergency.
Oh, well, Lapis is pretty smart, so I'm sure that she helped Voka, uh, you know, if she could.
Yeah. She's still upstairs too. Laphus is.
Okay. Oh well, I'm gonna go upstairs and get some things set up in my room.
Lapis, you hear like Orgoth and Sky talking, and then Orgoth stomping up the stairs because he's a big guy.
Yeah, he goes into his room and sets the hole down kind of over near a corner and opens it up and starts muscling out like the bed from the cool flame. And there's a bunch of other stuff in there. Some of it that was in there when he got it originally.
Uh-huh.
That probably doesn't make as much sense to have in there. So he's gonna pull out um he's got a chest in there that he takes out that has like a bunch of stuff in it, his
Mm-hmm.
stuff. There was a comfy overstuffed chair in there that's probably potentially pretty waterlogged, but
Yeah, yeah.
he's gonna set it in the room and maybe it'll air dry out. He's not sure. There was also a bookcase in there with various books. So he'll pull the bookcase out and then maybe take the books out and kind of spread them around the room like open,
Mm-hmm.
hoping maybe he doesn't know if he doesn't even really know what they are. He's never taken time to look at them. They were just stuff that was in there.
Yeah.
Um, he's also got he leaves a couple things in there. He wouldn't take those out. Um, and he kind of gets everything set up uh, in the room. And he puts a couple things on the shelf. He puts the bookcase kind of near the bed, so he can use it almost as like a little side storage area.
Mm-hmm.
Since he doesn't have any books he's gonna be able to put on there.
Right.
And he puts the little rough carving of a horse that Wilvin made for him on the shelf, so you can kind of see it every night. And he makes the bed and gets it all set up, and then kind of sits down at the end of the bed and kind of just absent-mindedly kind of just looking around, and then he reaches in and grabs the leather strap and pulls out the group chat
Yeah.
sending stone for the favored few.
Mm-hmm.
And stops and puts his hand on it and thinks a minute and sends
Wilvin, are you there? Are you okay? We're almost to Elixion, and I miss you, buddy. You are my true friend, and I wish you were here.
There's a pause.
Puts it back.
There's a pause. What do you do after that? There's not an immediate response.
Yeah, he doesn't even know where Wilvin is or if there's gonna be a response. He misses him and like just wanted to send that. So he'll kind of just start putting things away. I know there was the frame for another bed there. He'll kind of push that over to the side.
Yes, moving stuff around.
Up, starts to absent-mindedly maybe see if any of the books are immediately. He can tell if they're just destroyed or maybe salvageable.
All
so
the books
kind of
are pretty much
working.
waterlogged, and it's really hard to like get a sense of what they are. Like the pages are stuck together, and the ink is just kind of running and sticking together.
Yeah, I think if he sees that a book is obviously been destroyed, he kind of starts sorting them, right?
Yeah.
Something looks like it might be salvageable or or might have still some value in some way when it dries out. He'd put it on one side, but everything else he's just kind of creating this pile of things that have been destroyed by being in the Netherdeep.
As you're sorting, um, you feel like this static in your head. It kind of like stabbing needles almost. It starts to give you kind of a headache. I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Alrighty then. Uh-huh. 12.
12. Okay. You start to hear a familiar voice, but it's like really far away, really, really static. And I'd like you to press play on what I just sent you. And I've got it open up for me, so everyone listen.
Orgoth, your voice brings me joy. Time passes slowly, but has no power to sever our bond. Stay safe. My love to the favored few.
And the throbbing fades.
He's so happy and so distraught at the same time. Like, he kind of can't believe that he got anything back. Yeah, and that really wow. Wow, okay, that hits him pretty hard. And he just, I think, slumps down on the bed, partially from the pain in his head.
It's
and then
still
also
there. It's still kind of just throbbing a little
getting that.
bit. Yeah.
And he's kind of on the edge of tears, but he, is just sitting and thinking about probably the person he was the closest to isn't there anymore, and really misses that support, that almost like fatherly connection he had with Wolven. But he's happy that he at least he's there. He's somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He still exists somehow, and that gives him some hope.
Make a Arcana check.
14.
You feel something in your mind, like you feel like you're being watched, but it's like something in your mind mentally seems to be paying attention to you.
Like, good
Like,
watched?
just like you
Bad
feel like
watched?
something's in there.
Boy. And he's gonna not using the stone, but just thinking, like, in his mind, is that you? Is that you, Wilvin? Are you with me somehow?
Foolish man. That's all you hear.
And I think Orgoth would stand up at hearing that and just lets out this, like, oh, just this huge bellow of fury that he's
Laphus, you hear that.
bastard in his head.
She figures it's something that has nothing to do with anything. It's just like maybe he stubbed his toe.
It was a bunch of hammering and setting up and moving furniture around that you heard, so.
So she's just I need to invest in some earmuffs. She's gonna try and figure out a way to soundproof the room.
Yeah, right now there's not very much stuff in anybody's room, so it's just live and loud.
Yeah, she's gonna try and find a way to soundproof it.
Okay.
With magic.
Voka, where do you head?
He goes to where he knows best. Of like the bizarre streets, and he's looking. He's trying to see if he remembers like any like one who is magical in nature who knows if they can get rid of this.
Um, make a investigation check.
Oh, that's not good. That's a natural one.
Oh no, there was that guy who like was oh god, what's the name of that area in?
You remember that one street performer?
Yeah, there's like there was a guy who was in the back alley. He was like selling poultices that said they cured the Rudio infection.
Give me a second. I think I have a thing. No, that's a different thing. But he just doesn't know what to do. I think he's gonna like find like a side area, and
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna like set her down and say, "Hey, okay, don't. I'll get you. You like shaved ice, yes? I'll get you
Uh,
some. I know you haven't been out in a bit.
it's been a while. You know, you've been gone, and um, mom and dad can't go out. So, and I don't want to go out with you know stuffy head.
Yes, I know. Here, and he's gonna hover his hand over hers, and he's gonna do a 6th level dispel magic.
Okay, I'd like you to roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. Kick. Plus 2, 17, 18, 19.
19. It starts to fade for a second, and then a second it comes back, and then a second circle appears in the middle.
He looks hopeful for a second, and then he looks sad, and then he like looks stressed. Okay, so that just made it worse. And he shakes his head, and he's like trying to like keep it cool for her. And he says, and like he just like is gonna like reach into his like little medical pack that he keeps, and he's gonna wrap a little bit of like just like linen around it, just so
Okay.
it's not really visible.
Okay.
And he's just gonna like talk to her while he's doing it, and says, "So what did he said you could help?
Yeah,
What
he said that if I agreed to help him, and he had me write my name down on a piece of paper.
did you read it first?
It had a lot of big words.
Did you read it?
Yeah, it said that um, it would help my mom and dad if I signed this piece of paper. His name was Dr. Agon.
Doc, like, sorry.
How dare you? How fucking dare you? That is such a horrible name.
I just came up with
Okay,
it,
dragon.
Doctor.
Gee, what happens if I take out this beer? What?
I'm fucking losing it over that. I'm sorry. And he just doesn't like people are like passing by this like little enclave. They can't stop with he just doesn't know what to do. Um
What about your friends?
well, one didn't quite know what to do, and Orgoth wasn't home at the time. I just and then
Did I do
he's
a bad
gonna
thing?
and he like sputters for words for a second. He's like, I mean, no, I mean, a little bit, yes.
And Zale looks very sad.
You wanting to help your mother and father it's fine. I understand.
You were gone for so long, and Stuffy Pants thought that he would be like was glad thought that you had sent the doctor because
No, what I was doing was gonna fix them. That's why I put my life on the line. You have no need to do such things.
am I gonna die?
No, no, you're not
I'm
gonna
putting my life
die.
on the line. What? I should
No,
no.
no. You're fine. And he's gonna lie to her and say you're completely fine. Everything's gonna be just fine. Do I roll deception on that?
Make a persuasion check or deception. I think deception. Yeah,
Because he doesn't really know, so he is just kind of lying to her.
yeah, it is a
Okay,
deception.
it's gonna be
Yes.
a 17.
Yeah, he's kind of like calms down a little bit and says, you can fix it, right?"
Yes, and he's lying again. He's. I'm just gonna. What does a 14 get me?
um, the first success helped you. Um, she's very kind of like breathing a little softer now, but she's kind of like even with the bandage, she's noticeably kind of scratching at the tattoo.
And then he actually gets an idea. He has sending now, and so he is gonna do a sending to Orgoth, and he's gonna say, "Hello, Voka here. Where are you?"
I'm in my
Yeah, that's
room
us.
at the house, uh, putting stuff away. Did you
Yeah,
need something?
I'll burn another spell slot on another sending. He says, "Yes, do you know anything about this dragon and marking black on their hands? Should I meet you there?"
Did Orgoth know about the black marking?
Yeah, didn't Wilvin show us? And it was going down.
Yeah,
while we were
Wilvin showed.
watching
Yeah, at the
thing?
very
He
end,
showed-
Wilvin showed all of you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he
Okay.
shared.
Okay,
Oh.
because I'm like, I know he told at least Laphus and North a little bit,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he ever told everybody everything about the marking.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know if
he just showed us. He didn't really go into massive detail,
Mm-hmm.
but during that last session or two, he showed us the mark on his hand and that it was going down, right? And that was kind of like his timer,
Mm-hmm.
and explained that it was the mark of this
Mm-hmm.
being, right? So
But
Orgoth says,
Yes, I do, and yes, you should.
In Voka, he like lets out an exasperated sigh, realizing that he went into town like looking for people, and he can't remember anyone. He's like, "Why did I even?" And he like scoops her back up and makes a bolt for it again.
and Zael just puts her head down on your shoulder as you run.
And upon getting back to the house, he doesn't even knock. He just takes a hand and opens the door.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna
it's locked.
Did you lock it behind it?
Well, Sky's not gonna let anybody in
No,
here.
Sky's kind of like being careful. There's actually like a bell, a brand new shiny silver bell that's
He rings it again.
like ding ding ding. And Sky comes to the door. Oh, you've returned.
Yeah,
Please, come in.
and Voka is gonna like set Zale down, and he's been doing a lot of running, so he does like put her down. He's like, "Okay," and he just like falls on one hand. And he's like, "I'm gonna take a deep breath here until Sky. You see her name? Yes,
Sky.
heard you
Yes,
mention.
yes, with an E.
Could you go fetch Orgoth?
I shall. She actually like stops at the like there's a little like the kitchen dining room. There's a little like bar area. She has like a pitcher of water, and she pours you a glass of water and hands it to you, and then runs upstairs.
He quickly snatches it and just downs it.
Knock on the door, Orgoth.
Hello,
uh,
hello, hello.
Orgoth, Voka is here to see you.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, sure.
Um, and Orgon will go by, and we assigned room stuff. So he goes by and he like bangs on Laphus's door, and he's like,
Hey, Lapis Voka's got something to do with that dragon mark thing. Maybe I know you know a lot more about it than I do. Maybe you could take a look.
and then he just like heads downstairs.
Lapis just kind of gives like a sigh, rolls her eyes, and just kind of slowly takes her time. So by the time like Orgoth is already down there, it has been like 15 minutes. She's still not down.
And Voka sees Orgoth and says, "Finally, someone who may know something about what is going on."
Yeah. So can you show it to me?
And he sets the glass down beside him on the floor, and then he scooches over to Zale and he unwraps um the the binding, and he's just kind of like his like words are kind of melding together, and he's like, he said some doctor came to come visit my parents, had her sign some sheet of paper, and now this is a thing. And he shows like the double black circle and says, it was one black circle. I tried to dispel it and I made it worse. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Uh, that's okay. I rolled really bad to be diplomatic. So Orgoth's gonna say,
Oh yeah. So that looks like a mark or like a little beginning part of a mark that Wilvin had on his hand. That was like some mark of power that he was really worried about, and his sister had it. And then right before he got taken away by like the bad demon dragon guy, it kind of disappeared and went
uh,
backwards, and it was like a really bad thing.
uh, 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 uh,
No, 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 no.
just cries.
And Voga's gonna like hold it. It's like, no, it's not as, I mean, it's not. And he like looks to like towards Arya, like pleading, like,
Oh,
please.
it had a lot more circles, like bunches and bunches of more circles in it. Not just two. It had like I mean so many circles, like a big tree.
See, it's not big tree. See, I told you, I can fix it. It's fine.
It's like a family tree, you know.
Voka, make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, 3 plus persuasion 6, 9.
Just wet cheeks, like soaking the front of her her outfit. She's inconsolable.
Um,
Lapis upstairs, Ashes does
um,
this, lays his head down and puts his paws over his ears.
Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. All right. Let's go see what the
But don't
hell's
worry,
been
Voka.
happening.
It's like Lapis knows a lot more about that. She spent a lot of time researching
I
it and
asked
talking
Lapis
with
about it.
Wilvin about it. And
She said she didn't know anything. I've already been here.
oh,
And Lapis
maybe
appears at the top of the stairs.
This is the first place I ran to. Because I thought you would know, because this is your group. And he like really points to it and says, this is your group's problem, and now it's mine. So I thought you would know something about it.
well, I mean,
Uh,
I told you what I know about it, but
and he kind of looks at Lapis like, "Help me out here."
and like I said before, it was Wilvin's problem before he brought it in here. I mean, just like it was your family's problem until you brought it in here. So, what happened?
And he takes a deep breath. Some man who looked a lot like your friend, like the man we met down in the Netherdeep, came to my dear sister here, and he is like rubbing her back and says, and he just goes on and says, and he made some deal with her in trade for my parents becoming better, it seems.
Oh yeah. And does she have the contract at all?
And he looks down at Zale. Do you?
Um, she thinks for a second, stops sniffling, wipes snotty nose on her um, sleeve, and looks up at you and says, somewhere? He said I didn't. I I I, I didn't really need a piece of paper. I think he may have taken it with him.
Well, generally, when you make a contract, both parties have, um, a copy of it somehow, some way. And as she's talking, she's heading down the stairs, and she gets next to the girl, and she like takes her hand and just like without like even asking permission, stares down at like the mark
Okay.
on the back of her hand.
Make an Arcana check.
That is 24.
It's very similar to what Wilvin had, and it actually has there's a second line now, and these are concentric circles, whereas Wilvin's was a spiral. But you think you can kind of see little spikes coming off the line as you get closer to it and look at it, like magical writing. It might be just like Wilvin's, where this is the contract.
All right. She's going to attempt to read this.
With the roll you made already, it says basically, I, being of sound mind and body, Zale Nildrith, offers my services to, and then there's like a word that's kind of like twisted and moving, where you can't actually kind of see what the word is. And then
But it's basically the name.
the name, and then and in agreement will save the lives of how do you pronounce his name? Saras, your dad's name?
It's Soreus.
Soreus and Emar.
Amar, yeah.
Amar. I got them both wrong. Amar. And you notice as like the second interior line seems to be getting a little thicker. Like it's almost like it's another line is starting to split off from it. It's like the contract is like slowly being written onto the surface of her skin.
Okay. All right. She basically signed away her soul.
And like Voka, just kind of like looking blank, like eyed, and
I didn't give him anything.
I'm reading something. I just
Laphus stays quiet because she knows that if she says anything, this child is gonna go ballistic. She's not gonna risk it.
how do we? And he just like he just like how do we stop it?
Well, at the moment, it looks like it's currently still being written, so we could possibly have time before it completely fills up with the whole contract and stop it before it finalizes, because once it finalizes, there's basically no way that you can get it back. Unless you happen to know a very good lawyer who dabbles in devil contracts.
The only other person I really truly know is Pollux.
And we don't trust him, with at least with this.
Oh, Sky says, that reminds me. And she goes to the closet and pushes out this gigantic wooden chest that kind of jingles as she pushes it. Um, Pollux dropped this off for you.
You could just leave it there then. It's fine.
I couldn't lift it up the stairs, or I would have taken it to your front door, to your room.
That's fine. Just leave it there.
Okay. Okay. And he do you I I don't mean to ask much of you. Just do you know where to start looking for such a being?
I mean, you've seen him before. He comes and goes wherever he wants.
Okay.
Yeah, he can like get in your head and stuff too. So, yeah, he did that earlier to me. He's not a good guy, whatever he is, but there's the courthouse. When we helped Frolics out, there was a lot of lawyers there and things. Maybe we could try to find someone who specializes in otherworldly contracts.
And that
think-
sparks a little bit of hope, and he just says, "Yes, that's true."
Yeah, but that's affording to wait until the contract is fully in development.
Maybe they know a loophole on how to get out of a contract that's not yet fully written.
Well,
We're
they
like
would need
right
to
at the
know.
edge of my ability to comprehend what's going on. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, no, you're
Trying.
fine. Basically, what a lawyer needs before they can even try to find a loophole is read the whole contract. And I don't think Voka is willing to wait until it fully sets into motion.
So do we just try to kill him next time he shows his ugly head, or what?
Yeah, that's not as easy as it sounds.
As Orgoth rubs his wrists.
Like, but I'm willing to try because I don't like that guy at all. And he took Wilvin. Wilvin says he loves everybody. By the way.
Well, I'm not going to unleash my undying love for Wilvin at this moment while he's not around, but I respect him. He knows
Well,
this.
I actually got through to him. I sent him a message, and he.
Oh, wait, you did?
Replied. Yeah, I used the.
And he pulls out the sending. So it's like,
I used the stone, and I just told him I was missing him, and that we were about to go maybe try to find Elixion or whatever was going to happen, and he sent me a message back that he was still my friend, and that he sent his love to the favorite few. So
Orgoth, when you look down
somewhere.
at the group chat stone, what are the symbols that like represent each of the favored few, the original four? Where there's like a gem? Was there like I'm trying to remember what it looked like when you had it drawn up.
yeah, I've got art and everything
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
I'm going into my inventory to see if it's actually there, because it might be.
Bill doesn't want to brag, but he's got art of it.
Hey, I also have a question for you, Ron. How long ago did just like when you say that she made this contract? Like within the last day, or
I feel like it was because he showed up. Yeah, he showed
immediately
up.
after. Yeah, it's within the last day, less than
Okay.
24 hours. Yeah. While you're looking that up, Orgoth, Zale says, he was messing with my stuffed animals and told me not to say anything. He was looking at them.
oh, I think from now on, at least for a little bit, your stuffed animals, just keep count on which ones are yours, okay?
Okay,
Head count every day.
I could do that.
Whack any ones you don't know personally with a stick.
I can hit something.
Yes, I'm giving you permission to hit something within the house while mom and dad are still incapacitated.
This kind of cheers her up a little bit. the the little section of the group chat stone that kind of like when you kind of like basically like press it to basically like contact Wilvin. That part, if it's a gem, the gem is black. If it's not, if it's like just kind of like his name in some sort of rune, then it's. Oh, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
there probably should have been another set of runes in there. I think that the runes that are on there are
Mhm.
like our names in.
Got it. Like the one that rune that kind of represents Wilvin's name has kind of scratch marks through it, and it was not there when you just sent the message.
Okay.
And he's like, oh no, Wolven's name's all. It's been marred. It's been scratched now. It wasn't like that when I sent it.
If I look at mine, is it the same as well?
Like marked or like
Yeah, is
no.
it marked?
Mm-mm.
No. Weird. Mine seems all right.
Maybe we each get one message to him.
Maybe.
Just Voka kind of shakes his head and says, so the one person who would know the most about all this is missing in action. That's just grand, is it not?
He was telling me stories about a forest somewhere. Like that's where he's from.
It's amazing that this kid remembers so much as time goes on.
I was scared.
Regardless, this thing is basically going to torment and taunt, and if it's anything like Wilvin's, it will be for generations. It won't just stop at her.
I don't know what that means.
It won't mean anything because I'm going to take care of it. I'll fix it. Like I always do. I always fix things. You know this.
I'll trust you next time. I thought I
Okay.
could do it. I thought I could help them.
It's fine. Zale, just trust me. I wish you had trusted me the first time.
You weren't there.
I wasn't. I'm sorry.
And she hugs you.
And he kind of gives her like a half like hearted like pat on like the like one arm, and he's like very like not using his right arm. Try to like flip it in my head. Okay. I am gonna get her home, and I suppose I should as well go shopping for stuff to go back down. And he does get up and he bows and he says, "Thank you for whatever information you could afford me, and I'm sorry for my rudeness upon my first entering here." And he bows to Laphus a little bit.
She gives him like a little like wave of her hand, like dismissively. And she just like gets over to the big ass chest that Sky has and just like, is there a lock on it?
There's no
Or
lock. There's no lock. There is a letter that has been taped, like pasted down on top of it.
she's gonna open it and read it.
Okay. It says, I looked for you everywhere, but no one knew where you were. I'm going on a secret mission for somebody whose name begins with J apostrophe, and I won't be here in the city for a while. I didn't want to leave without saying goodbye to you and the rest of the favorite few. Here's everything I owe you for the yurt. I'm sorry I can't work for you for a while. I threw some candy in there too.
What? She opens it up, I guess.
There are okay. First off, there's a wrapped package with another note on top of it that's about maybe like 8 inches by 5 inches on top, wrapped in really nice paper, decorated. But underneath are thousands upon thousands of copper pieces, with a few electrum pieces thrown in there. And also, there are on top some yellow and red little tiny small gems.
Well, she could at least fit the gems in her bag, but Sky, would you mind going to like a bank or something and switching these copper and who the fuck uses electrum? These electrum pieces over to a
I
silver
might
and
need
gold.
to hire someone to carry it for me. It's quite it's
Did
too
he
heavy.
bring this by himself? Or
He did, yes.
uh, all right. I mean that's fine. Use whatever money I guess you can,
Um,
and we'll I don't know use we could use partial of this electrum copper shenanigans in here for it.
I'll see if I can get it changed down to something more usable.
That would be nice.
Pollux likes paying with pennies.
Uh, he would be that guy. It's like, I have 36 cents in pennies, hold on.
But there's still the wrapped package on top of that was on top of the coins as well.
I guess she'll open that too.
Um, on top of that is another note. It says, Laphus, I saw this and thought you might like it. And it's a book. The book is a novel. It's old, 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 old. It looks like it's like the pages are yellowed, almost like kind of like the kind of how like old paper kind of like flakes off and kind of almost like it's like delicate to the touch.
Mhm.
It's a novel entitled "Shooting Stars for You." The cover shows a prince wearing a cloak made of stars reaching down from the heavens to a woman on the ground unable to reach him. And you know this book.
She gingerly and carefully closes it up.
And
And
as
she
you
just
as you start to
Mhm.
close it, a pressed rose falls out of it.
Picks it up, places it back in between the pages, and she's just looks back over at Orgoth and Voka, gives a little wave, and heads back upstairs.
Well, I guess it's supposed to get a head start on that shopping. And he looks down pointedly at Zell. You're coming with me.
Okay,
Okay, well,
okay.
I guess we'll see you tomorrow. I guess.
Uh, yeah. And he awkwardly just gives him a wave. He says, "See you tomorrow."
Orgoth
he-
looks at the chest and is like,
Do you want this by the door, Sky?
Um, I'll have to go and get someone to carry it for me, but do you think you could carry it for me to the closest money changers?
Orgoth reaches down and
Easily.
strengths it.
Yeah, it's are there any still open?
What time is it? Is it
It's
starting to
probably
get evening?
right. Like it's one of those where you have to, if you're gonna get to the bank, you have to like rush to get there.
I guess yeah, we could if we can go if we can get there. Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Make an athletics roll. as you're carrying this big chest.
Okay, I like that. That's my favorite roll. That is a 19 because I rolled a
19.
7.
Sky actually has problems keeping up with you.
Okay.
I'm like,
And
yeah, we got to get there before it closes, right?
you get there, like get inside of the bank, and there's this woman who's like walking toward the door with a big key in her hand, and you rush in, and she just
Oh, we just have a quick deposit.
and she
Oh no, they're those people.
and she just looks cross-eyed at it like, come in. Oh.
Oh, she's gonna hate both you and Sky forever.
Does is there? Do we have an account? Do we need
No,
to open
no.
an account?
She's gonna like Sky says, we don't need an account. We're just going to pay the fee and have it like money change down into gold pieces or perhaps.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Yeah, we just need this to be a little more portable. And I know that banks always need change.
And he just like sets it down on the counter.
Coins go everywhere. Laphus, you got the little tiny gems out of there.
Yeah,
already,
yeah, I
so,
did.
okay.
Yeah.
She's like holds up the electrum piece. It's like, is this a vampire on this coin? What the? And she calls over some people and says, okay, start counting. And an hour later, everything's counted. And she's like, it looks like it's going to be about 1,000 gold pieces. Does that sound right to you? We will take 10% for our time counting. Sky nods, looks over at Orgoth.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Thank God, because normally Sky's like the lady is like, normally they'd have to count it twice to be sure, and so they do not count it twice, and they give you 950 gold pieces. And
And he hands it to Sky and he's like,
Okay, I don't know how much of this back that Laphus needs, but I guess the rest of it goes into the house fund. So.
well, I will take care of that. Yes. Thank you. And she like gives each of the counters a gold piece as a thank you. And I will be heading back to the house. I have a lot of work to do still.
Yeah, well, I'll walk with you. I'm going back anyway because I'm pretty tired. I'm kind of exhausted, but I probably need a lot of sleep tonight.
You head back. Make a perception check for me.
Perception 24.
You're walking and you get close to the river district. Like you're about to cross over into the river district from the Sandhill district. And you kind of look up for a second and you think you see someone duck down on a rooftop.
How high of a rooftop?
3 stories.
Why don't you go ahead and I'll meet you there?
She nods, not completely unaware of what's going on.
Orgoth's gonna like try to quickly like backtrack around and hopefully find a place near like that's on that building where either an alleyway or he's just like not in complete view.
Yeah, the alleyways and because in the Sandhill district, the buildings are really far enough apart. There's alleyways and cut throughs and places like that.
And he's he's gonna like look up for a second, put his hands against the wall and concentrate, and all these spiders start pouring out of the armor
Mm-hmm.
and cover his arms, and then almost seem to like go into his skin as I cast Spider Climb,
Okay.
and then I just like up the side of the building to see if I can find out.
See if
who's
anybody
watching me.
sees you. I rolled two natural twos, so nobody you're in an alleyway. Nobody sees you. Everybody's trying to hurry up and get home.
Right.
You get up to the rooftop.
Yep.
Um,
I'm looking around to see
looking
if
around.
there's somebody up there.
There's lots of like little small buildings, like little like sheds. There's an area where there's actually like an awning where somebody has set out a like a small fire pit, and there's like benches around it. Um, you get to where you think you saw the figure pop down.
Mhm.
Make a survival check.
19.
You think that there was definitely someone here, and it looks like they've been here. They come here regularly. And you look down because you can kind of see a layout of the city from where you are. And you can see this is kind of the main path. Like you go up, you turn right, and you go up a hill a little bit, and you can see your house about 3 blocks away.
But this spot where I believe I saw somebody
Yeah.
watching from and ducked back.
It's a very good vantage point, and because it's a main thoroughfare leading to your house.
But there's no one else up. There's no one on the roof.
No.
Okay. Well, Orgoth's gonna just kind of clock this and note it, but he probably can't. If they saw him. If they're not here, they know he came up.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to get any advantage against them. They're not going to. He doesn't feel like he can lay in wait.
Right. Yeah.
He's. And is it like gravel? What's on top? What's the top?
Yeah, it's kind of like a gravel, like a little gravel with boards placed where people walk up here.
Right. If there's a, and is it the like that's disturbed? Is that how I can tell that?
Yeah. It's like somebody, like the gravel's been kicked, like just a bear's patch, patch where the
So he's gonna kicked, kind of put in the smooth it and then write in the gravel, saw you.
Okay.
Right. And then he's gonna just go and like go back down the side of the building that he came up.
Okay.
And kind of looking over his shoulder, now and again, head back to the house.
Okay. Voka, where do you head?
He's just kind of like buzzing about the bazaar, and he's like looking for something. He's like idly chatting with his sister, and he's gonna like think for a second. He's gonna say, I can't remember. Were you ever able to get a hold of Mother and Father's sending stone? You didn't send me a message while I was down there. I didn't quite send you one either.
I tried to send you a message, but this is Ron thinking, not her pausing. I tried to send you a message, but there was just a kind of weird noise.
And is that using message or sending?
If she used the sending stone, and if she knows how to use the sending stone, if she's been taught to, then it was a sending stone.
Okay. And he's just gonna kind of drag her in. I am actually gonna get a few. I feel like I'm trying to think. Health potions would be good, as well as just like a general potion shop and magical item shop. So I think those are the two things I'm looking for.
Okay. There is Mystic Pursuits in the Suncut Bazaar, but that's all the way on the other side of town. Um, there is over in this area magic shop generator.
Hey.
um, magic shops. I don't want an ad. No ads, please.
The magical menagerie.
Generate shop.
I have a D100 list of magic shop names.
it gave me items in the shop, but it didn't give me a name to the shop. Okay. Can you roll one for me? Do you have what handy?
Roll a D100.
Okay. That is an 80.
An 80. The
Yeah.
Mirrored Chalice.
Okay. The mirrored. You find a in the Alluvium district, northeast of the River District. It's a family-owned business, and there is a woman at the counter, young, red hair. It's got kind of blue eyes. Hello.
And he says hello, and he like lets go of Zaltan and says, I've come here to see what kind of potions you are peddling here.
Yes, so I have standard potions of healing and ointments of various healing types. I also have some scrolls. I also have. Boy, it did not really. Just give me scrolls, and that was it.
Well, they could be a scroll place.
Yeah, it could be a scroll place. Yeah.
And he says, well, let's start with the potions first, and then move on to the scrolls.
Yes. The we have potions of healing for 50 gold each. We always have those in stock. We have 3 extra healing for 200, and we have a what's the next one? What's the next one up? It's extra greater, yeah. The greater healing for 350.
And he thinks for a second. He says, could you do 300?
And make a persuasion roll.
Please make it 300. My sister, she is ill.
I might actually try that. Because that is a actually +6. Still not kind of 15.
Zale is holding your hand and like wrapped up and holding your hand tight, and she squeezes it hard, and then suddenly you see the woman's eyes kind of go white for a second, and she says, "Oh, of course. Perhaps even a gentleman such as yourselves, 250 would be plenty."
And he looks at Azil, sees what she's doing. He's just like, he does. He's gonna force like a tear from his eye, and he's gonna wipe it, and he'd be like, "Oh, thank you. It's been so rough ever since my sister got sick. I just like anything you could give me. I just thank you."
Of course. I have a scroll of disguise self as well. I can throw in for free.
Oh, You really don't have to, but it is appreciated. Like any magic whatsoever is appreciated.
Now, anything for a friend of the mirrored chalice.
Oh, friend, I will be remembering this. I'm not writing anything down.
You see Zale scratching the back of her hand.
And he's kind of, and he says, "This is totally unrelated, but you don't have anything for curses, do you?"
Oh, no, no. Perhaps you should go to the guided district and speak to a priest.
That's fair. That was a little bit of a silly question, wasn't it? But yes, 250 for the potion and the scroll, if you would. He slides 250 over the counter.
Um, she goes over, like, she puts it into her, her till, and she's like, looks over, there's like this doll that's behind the counter, and she goes over and picks up the doll and hands it to you, just kind of blank faced. It's a doll, doll, like a girl.
And I think Zale will probably reach for it first, but he's gonna intercept it and be
Yeah.
like, Remy's gonna like, thank you.
Zale kind of like is kind of like confused, but do you leave quickly?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
And he's gonna have her other hand, and he's gonna like very thoroughly inspect the doll.
Okay. All of the potions are make an Arcana check.
Kind of plus one. It's gonna be a 6.
Yeah, I mean the potions seem to be normal. The potions of healing, like they look like potions of healing you've seen before.
They're not quite like poisoned or anything. It's just yeah, it checks out.
Yeah, you could always stick your finger in and lick it, and if you wanted to try it.
Yeah, I'll take a fingerful of healing.
It is get 1 hit point back, and it is a potion of healing. Yeah, and you can still use the potion.
Ugh, that's sour. Well, and he checks over the doll specifically, like the potion, but like he's gonna it looks fine.
It's just like a girl, like a doll. She's like a baby with like blonde hair.
And Voka, he's gonna take her to like a shop that has like candy, like like those where they have like just various meats and candies and like meat on stick and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he's gonna sleight of hand, like while he's ordering, throw it in their garbage can.
Okay.
Without Zale noticing.
Yeah. Make a sleight of hand.
Why am I rolling so ass today? 10.
10. Well, her perception may be ass too, so. She rolled a 10, but she has a minus to that, so she does not notice,
cool.
so.
And while they walk with him, he's not gonna bring it up until like she notices, but she's gonna I'm gonna have him start walking back towards the river district, and he like, yes, what a productive day. And stop scratching at that.
Sorry. It really itches.
And I'd say like they just entered the river district again, and she's gonna like pull her aside and say, "Look, you're not still distressed over it, are you?"
I mean, I feel fine except my head itches, and I feel like I let you down because you see, I think you're mad at me.
I'm not. I'm only a little mad at you, but I'm only mad because you didn't.
See, you said you're mad at me.
Yes, and he has like his hand behind his back. He says, "So this is not crippling or anything. It's not to talk to him again."
I won't let anybody in the house. And I won't let. I'll tell Stuffy Pants he can't let anybody in the house.
And he's like looking at her expression, and
Make an insight check.
you actually have good insight. Where is this? +6. 21. Yay.
The yeah, she like when she says she's gonna talk to Stuffy Pants, she's going to talk to Stuffy Pants. She's gonna like order him to not let anybody in the house. Like she's like intent on throwing her weight around as a member of the family. If that makes sense.
And he sighs and he extinguishes the spell he was preparing in the back of his hand, which was a modified memory spell.
Uh-huh.
And he says, "Well, if it's not eating you up inside and you promise." And he takes her by the hand and says, "All right, come on.
I promise. I promise.
No more dolls. Don't take anything from anyone.
Okay.
I'm serious about that. And trust me, for the love of all the gods, trust me."
I trust you.
He takes his hat off his head and he plops it on Zale's head.
Mm-hmm. And she takes it and she's happy. She's distracted right now. Anything else? Do you take her home?
Yeah, you take her home.
Okay. The one quick thing is like, what do you do like as you like at home? Like, are you just grabbing stuff, or are you kind of how are you preparing?
Voka, the prestidigitation did like help, but he actually bathes, because it's something he enjoys.
Mm-hmm.
Changes clothes and just gets like I think he's gonna like take like refreshes kits, like refreshes like little first aid kit he carries around,
Mm-hmm.
and just in general prepare better to go down than he did before, where before it was kind of in a rush. Like he actually brings down an extra set of clothes.
Got it.
Though he doesn't plan to be down there quite as long. And he's going to check on the room where his parents are.
Mm-hmm. They're sleeping. I mean, they sleep a lot.
Are they doing any better?
They seem to have recovered a little bit. Yes. Like they're sleeping less. Like their chest is like not like heavily breathing like they were before. Um, they appear to be doing better.
And he just like looks through like, the large window that peeks into the backyard, and he just kind of mumbles, "You've really done it now, haven't you?" And he just walks out of the room. He's gonna spend the night like basically doing slumber party activities with his sister, which probably includes her braiding his hair, and probably painting his nails and into whatnot.
During that time, just one more quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
Zale finds the Plague Doctor doll. Did you do something with it before?
I snapped its neck and it disappeared in the smoke.
Okay. She finds it again, and like you turned your back turn, and she's like finds a stick and she starts hitting it like you told her to, and or either a different one or another one, and she holds it up, and you see this piece of rolled up paper in its body,
And he's gonna nab for it.
and you see a long. Can you speak abyssal or infernal?
Can I? Voka can speech, Abyssal, Common, Deep Speech, Elvish, and Goblin.
It appears to be like bastardized in abyssal.
So it's just like unreadable, basically.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like a Cockney slang version of maybe coded.
Well, if I cannot read it, maybe one of them can read it. And if one of them can read it, fuck. and he rolls it up and he puts it. He like slides it into his bag of holding,
Okay.
which is just literally just him like pulling like this out and just like he just stows it away in his jacket.
Got it.
Just,
Okay.
boom.
Going back to Laphus, are you doing anything that evening? Are you just going to rest and recover and sleep and?
Basically, she's going to wait until Orgoth and Sky have come back, and then she'll do some like late night shopping for specifically potions.
Okay. Orgoth, you and Sky returns first, and then about 10 minutes later, Orgoth returns.
Okay. Oh, you guys made it in time.
In time for what?
No, I meant like in time for the bank.
Oh yes. You're muted, Bill.
Oh yeah. They were really nice. They counted everything out and were very thorough.
That's good. I'm gonna head over, look for a couple of potion shops, see if I can haggle anything down, and get some healing. Did you need anything, Orgoth, that isn't just normal healing?
No, I think I'm okay. I'm really tired. Probably from taking that one hit. But Sky's got the money from the bank, so I don't know what you want to do.
Do you
with
need any of it?
Boyfriend cash, but I'm gonna go up to bed.
This is just money he owes me. I bought him a yurt. I have no idea where that yurt is anymore. Anyways, yeah, you go ahead, you go rest. I'm gonna go and buy some potions, see what I can grab. Have you seen North?
No, I think she was gonna go visit her mom.
Ah, all right. Oh, it's been hours. Well, guess that's what happens when you have family. And she's gonna head over to Sky,
Okay.
take the gold,
She
give Sky like 5 pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and then heads outside.
Okay. Um, let's see. So you head out. Where do you head to in the city?
Probably whatever place that I can find that is not a shady random business practice. Probably looking for some potions.
Okay.
Specifically just potions.
Okay.
And I guess like potions, spell scrolls, if any other place has any because she knows she could just go to the Mystic Pursuit for magical items, but that's gonna
Right.
take a while and it's
Got it.
already like dark and Kesney's
Mhm.
probably asleep.
So you head that direction. Is it okay if we take a little, like, just a few minute break? I need
Yeah.
to go use the restroom. We're
Yeah,
gonna
definitely.
use our quick break thing we've never used before.
Yay.
So we'll be
All
right
right.
back. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Woohoo!
We'll be right.
And we're back.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I had to run to do some business, but we're back. So Laphus heads out. Orgoth, what do you do as she's traveling to where she's going?
Orgoth at this point is just basically up to his room, passed out. He's got a level of exhaustion from the wounds. We haven't had our long rest yet.
Not
He's
yet,
just
no.
like,
No.
yeah, he's wiped. So
It's
he's
been a day.
done.
Okay.
He's all emotionally wrought and he's physically exhausted, and that's it.
So Laphus, you head to the store, middle of the night. There is a magic shop and in the Sigil district called Lifts and Sundries. And there's a centaur behind the counter. He's like, "Good evening, miss."
Hello. Do you have any potions here?
We do have some potions. Healing potions. Anything else?
I think we're just looking for healing.
I've got three. I've got 4 or 5 potions of healing, 2 potions of superior, and a supreme healing. But that's very, very. No one's. It's been sitting in our shop for months, almost a year now. So expensive.
Well, I guess it just makes you think maybe, people don't actually need those potions around here.
Hmm, perhaps, perhaps. It is fairly safe in this neighborhood, so the Hand of Ward seem to hang out here a lot in the area. Can I help? Sorry, how can I help you?
I was just here to grab a couple of healing potions. How many greater did you say you have?
I've got 3.
And how much are they?
150 gold apiece. And regular potions of healing are 50, pretty much everywhere.
Okay. All right. I'll take 3 of them. Sure, I'll take those.
Excellent, excellent. Are you looking for anything else? We have quite a bit of random paraphernalia that we get in from
Scrolls.
the scrolls. Any kind of like he goes to a index file, basically like a Rolodex. It's like, what are you looking for?
Just any basic, like, amateur first level scrolls.
Oh, wizard, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Let's see.
How could you tell?
Um, you're a glorious accoutrement. You look like you are in town to spell up a storm.
That would normally be sorcerers.
Oh, I don't cast spells, so I don't know anything about them. I just run the shop. Um,
Man, lady, I just fucking work here.
pretty much. Um, I have some illusion ones. I have shape water. I have a. Oh, here's an interesting one. Infestation.
No, those
Those are
don't sound.
oh, those are cantrips. Forgive me. I was looking on the wrong Rolodex, and he pulls out another big Rolodex and starts flipping through those. Um, Disguise self, expeditious retreat, frost fingers. Oh, that's a good one. Um, Long strider. Um, let's see.
Do you have shield?
Of course, we have a lot of shield spells. I was getting to the S's, and he pulls out a card which has a bunch of numbers on it, and then he goes back to basically a suitcase, lifts up the top of the suitcase, hands down the card, just into it, And then you see a hand hold up a scroll. And he takes a scroll, puts it. Here you go, miss. A scroll of shield.
Perfect. All right. And I think that would be all.
Yes, for first level spells, it's a 250 gold piece fee.
For first level.
Is something wrong, miss?
No, it's such a basic spell. Seems like you have a lot of it too.
Shield is very, very common. A lot of mages can't deal without it.
Exactly.
Make a persuasion roll for me.
She's doing that thing where she seems very uninterested, like, oh, is this
It's like,
really how we're
really? Really?
That's a nat 20.
Oh God. I'll tell you what. I will throw in a sleep scroll as well for 250.
Well, I don't really need sleep.
Perhaps magnify gravity.
No, that's somebody else I know. His whole thing is gravity. I don't want to step on his toes.
Oh, Galsariad, he's a regular visitor here.
Ugh. If you ever see him, tell him I said fuck you. How about this? How about you just lower that price on that superior healing potion for me?
You've got it. And if there's nothing else I can get you, then how about 100 gold pieces? It's a what's it called? A barn sale where they just kind of get everything out the door as quickly as they can. Yeah.
150?
Yeah, 100.
100.
If you want 150, I could throw in this gift of alacrity scroll if you wish.
No, it's fine. I'll just take the scroll, the potions, and if you can get that superior heal. I mean, you said it's been sitting on the shelf for a year now.
For a year, yes, but it is. And you look over and you see a price tag of 1,200. It was 1,400 crossed out, 1,300 crossed out. It's currently at 1,200 gold pieces.
I feel like it's going to be sitting there for another year or two before.
I couldn't possibly let it go for even less than 900.
But 900, it would be fine with you?
900 would be fine with me, yes.
Then I'll do 900.
That was easy.
And there you go.
He goes to the case that it's in, lifts it up, and like trumpets play. And pulls the potion out on a silk pillow. Silk pillow goes in for free, miss.
All right. She takes it thinking to herself that it's going to be a nice pillow for ashes.
It's got little like tassels, silk tassels on it. And thank you for shopping Glyphs and Sundries. What was it? Glyphs and Sundries. Have a nice day.
You too. And she puts all of her stuff in her bag and she heads on out.
Okay. Do you do anything else while you're out and about?
And I think she's gonna start to head straight, not straight back, but like, yeah, probably head back.
Okay.
Just walking down.
Okay. As you're walking along the street back to the house, this woman walks up next to you, kind of like she's going the same way, and she kind of glances over, and then glances over again. It's like, aren't you? You're with the favored few, aren't you?
I don't do requests. I don't do any autographs.
She's got like kind of a wide hat, but it's like nighttime, It's like down. She's a drow,
Mhm.
and she looks over and says, no, no, I wasn't asking that. I saw the battle with Orgoth. Is is he okay? He seemed a bit messed up in the head, I guess is the best way to say it.
I mean, he's been like that ever since I known him. I mean, the whole messed up in the head part, but that's because he's very jovial.
Well, I heard that he had all of these like magnificent um, tasks that he accomplished, that he is a powerful warrior, and it just seems like he's just a sad man.
I mean, yeah, but that's everybody. Anyways, did you just want to stop to talk about
No,
Orgoth?
no, I just saw you and just wanted to. I mean, I'm very curious. I really enjoyed the fights at the Colosseum, uh, at the Bowl of Judgment, and I just wanted to know more about him. That's all.
Well, one, he has a maybe girlfriend. If he doesn't have a girlfriend, then he's still pining after her, so don't even think about it.
What's her name?
Uh, that's a need to know basis.
Oh, okay.
Second off, yeah, no, he has some issues that he's dealing with. You can just leave that alone though. He's slowly starting to work his way out, so you're fine.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Uh, you're forgiven. Um, anything else that you need?
Hmm. You've answered all of my questions. Thank you. And she just turns and walks the opposite direction that you're headed.
And she kind of just like gives a glance and kind of debates on it, but doesn't, as she kind of like lets a little bit of the magic in her fingertips kind of die before she turns around and walks away. She was going to fucking cast another disintegrate on her.
I knew it. I just put that in chat. I knew it.
What's the what's the I had to look up the material component cost for that spell. Oh my god. But everybody hiding spells today. Um she just heads on out. Make an insight check actually.
That is my insight. That's a 21.
She moves with the confidence of a skilled combatant or warrior.
She figured she wasn't
Yeah.
just some random fucking fan.
Yeah.
Nobody comes up to somebody and does that whole thing unless, you're onto something. It's like, stares. Hey, I know you.
um you head back. Anybody else? This is we got 15 minutes left. Anything else anybody wants to do?
Besides learning the shield spell, she's going to actually add the shield spell onto her little spell slots in her jewelry.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice. Awesome.
And she is also going to entwine the rock feather with the lavender that she got from Corellin.
Nice. Okay. Orgoth, you doing anything?
Sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping.
Sleeping,
Voka,
so much sleeping.
Honk shoo.
resting at home.
He's a honk shoe boy.
Zale tries to make you like something in the kitchen. It's just she's not a good cook yet.
He has like several different like variously of quality braids spiking from his head. And he has like face paint smeared across his face and like flowers going everywhere. And he just repeats her and says, "Remember, Zale, no parents, no rules."
Can we decorate the bat I'm going to use to to beat up any bad stuffed animals I find.
You know what? Yes, glitter and glue galore. I'll go get it from the craft room.
And you spend your night doing that, and all of you rest and get a full night's rest. And officially you'll level up, but you've already leveled up, so it's okay.
Yay!
Woohoo!
The next morning, what do you do? It's the 20th now, I think. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think
That is correct.
yeah, I haven't been updating the
Yeah.
calendar. I think so.
Voka is going to obviously he's gonna clean off as well as he can, though I'm sure he's missed a spot or two.
Are his hooves hooves decorated?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he definitely has missed a spot, which it'll be funny to bring up later. But I'm intentionally leaving that a little messy. But he's gonna see if Zale's still sleeping.
Zale is zonked, like exhausted. However, the binding around her hand has been pulled away.
And has the circle gotten any worse since
There's a
one
third.
night?
There's a third circle.
And he saw Laphus peering at it quite closely, but he himself wouldn't be able to see anything, right?
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana's not. You need a different dice. Well, dice don't fuck. Okay. My Arcana is +1 for a 17.
Yeah, you're not really able to read it. You catch like a word in abyssal in that same kind of strange slang that you saw
in
the piece of paper, but
he furrows his brow a bit, and he is going to kind of slip his hat from her arms, and he's gonna place it back on his head, and he's gonna give her like a kiss on the forehead and say, "Don't worry. Guess now I'm fighting for 3. No biggie." And he rolls his eyes. He's just gonna like ruffle her already messy hair and head out towards the estate.
She rolls over, puts her hand on the glitter bat, and falls back asleep. And you head to the estate. Orgoth and Laphus, you're awake.
Orgoth trundles downstairs to see if there's any food maybe that Sky has brought in anywhere.
Sky has brought in some biscuits, and there's like some
Biscuit and gravy.
Yeah, there's some food, but she's in the process of like trying to make a chair, like the other chair in the set, and she's been cussing at it. And
that's fine. He's like,
yeah, you'll get there.
Oh, I was expecting you all to sleep in. I'm sorry, I would have had food made.
No, it's fine. Is there just like some biscuits and some like a hot bitter morning potion or juiced orange or something?
I've got sun tea. She goes out to the back porch and brings in a pitcher.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
And Orgoth's just gonna like grab a mug of sun tea and a couple of biscuits.
Okay.
And he's like,
did North come back? Did she come?
I have not heard from her.
If
Heard from
North were to
him.
come back, they'd probably come through for whatever reason. They really love using the window rather than the door.
Yeah, are we taking off or are we?
I think we need to wait for Voka, don't we?
Well, yeah.
And kind of around that time, you hear just like a lighter jingle of the bell. That's not quite as frantic.
She looks over at Sky, who's like silently cursing.
Yeah.
Looks over at Orgoth with a pitcher in his hand and some biscuits. And she looks down, gives like a, all right. And then like she heads over and opens the door. She mage hands it.
The door just opens by itself.
And even though he's like scratching like some like glitter off his hand, he's definitely like he's like cursing like as if he's like missed like a ton. And then he notices the door and he just like flips it down and says, "Ah, yes, hello." That and then he actually says he reaches into his bag of holding. He pulls out the letter and he says, "I found a piece of paper
Wonderful.
in a strange language I don't quite understand.
Ooh, mysterious.
Can you read it?"
I don't know, can I? She like opens up her palm like, give it here.
And he starts walking into the house as he hands it to her.
Make an investigation check first.
Me or Voka?
You.
Okay.
Looking at the paper.
Okay. That is that's a 17.
17. It's very, very, very similar in writing styles and artistic style to the Wilvin's tattoo.
So okay. All right, so she's going to attempt to read it like she did with his.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
It's 31.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Fluent.
Okay. Apparently in exchange for healing the parents, and actually it doesn't even say healing the parents, it says they will be cured of their rudium affliction. It doesn't say that like Dr. Aegon would do it. It just says they will be cured of it. And you read
Oh,
on.
you son of a bitch. You motherfucker.
And then you read.
Voka would hear that from Laphus.
He like a drop of like sweat just kind of like beads down his face like, hello.
So, us stopping the whole thing down below in the Netherdeep is what's going to give this dumbass name of this Dr. What is his name?
Aegon, Dr. Aegon.
Dr. Aegon, whatever the fuck. That's gonna give Noe. That's gonna give him Noe's soul, basically. Us stopping the stuff down below, basically.
Reading further into the contract, apparently in exchange for this, Zale would have the ability to ask for anything she wanted and would receive it. And there is an addendum to the contract which states that Zale would accompany Dr. Aegon when he returns to the Empire in Wildmount at a certain location. And there's like a little kind of like weird kind of drawing of a map that kind of moves. And it appears to be a forest outside of the capital city.
So Laphus is definitely just going to tell Voka word for word what she read. So basically, us saving the rest of the Netherdeep, curing your parents will set this whole thing into motion for Noe.
Noe. Who's that?
Your sister.
Zale.
Isn't that her name? Sorry, her.
Zane.
I don't know where I got Noe from, but yeah.
Cute name though, but and he looks at the piece of paper again. He looks worried and he says, "Do we have to stop all of this?"
Yes. Unless you want to live like your parents with that stuff on you. Without being able to move, breathe, anything. Until you die.
You look at him and he actually considers it. And he shakes his head and he says, "No, we've already ruined this body enough." And he doesn't say much. Is there any chairs in here yet? Is it just like the one that's been built?
There's like 2 chairs now, and a third's being built.
He like walked past the guy and he like points at like a chair and he says, "You don't mind if I..."
She reaches over and tightens a couple more screws. Like, okay, now, try it now.
And he does the chair just collapse under him?
It does.
He's just gonna lay flat on the floor and he's gonna cup his hands over his eyes and let out a loud sigh. Just he's just gonna stay there.
And that sounds like a good place for us to stop for the evening. And we'll have Jaime back next week, and we'll find out what North was up to.
Not next week.
Not
Next week we're
Oh
off.
yes, I am off. I'm gone. Jamie's still on vacation, family labor, I guess. But we'll be back the week after, and we'll find out what happens as seeds are planted for what happens after Netherdeep. Yay!
Great.
Oh, thank you guys. Good game.
Yay.
Yay!
So many onions. So many onions.
So many.
Onion.
Also, what's the secret mission that Pollux is on?
I don't
Yeah.
know. The fuck did Jamon make him do?
The mission only he can do.
Well, let's go around and do a wrap up.
Hey everybody, this is Bill. You can find me at Bill Freakin' Roper on the socials. And thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with us live while we're playing. Thanks for catching us on streams. Thanks for checking out the VODs on YouTube. Watching it via a beam of energy that comes directly into your head because you forgot to wear that cap that you make out of tinfoil, because we'll get to you somehow anyway to bring you this content. And really, it's awesome to have a chance to do this. 92 games with this incredible group of people is fantastic. And special shout out to Ross for recording a little Wilven thing. Oh my God, that was so good.
I hope that I checked it. I made sure that, because if anything that goes to my headset gets sent out over OBS, so it definitely got on the podcast. So
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody for being a supporter of what we're doing here, and I just love this game every week. I love it.
That's why I'm sad we're missing next week.
I know.
Anyways, hey everybody, this is Jaiden. I was playing Laphus. I was kind of tame today in words, in like with chaos incarnate and just not giving a shit. Which is very much her thing, not giving a shit. You can find me on Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter, fuck it. F Foxtrot XIV 414. You can find a couple of stuff there. And also you can hang out with us over on the Discord where we have fun, we talk about random shit. And I don't really have anything else to say other than I also miss Ross. Hearing his voice, especially in that Wilven way, I'm just like, my heart, I miss him so fucking much. I know he's gonna have fun. I know he's off gonna be doing shows on whatever cruise liner he's going to, but still.
Yeah. He's on a boat.
He is on a boat. Also, you're
Muted.
Performing in a musical on a cruise ship with his wife is nowhere near as cool as gaming with us every week. Let's just face it. But
Yeah,
let's
that's
struggle
true.
through.
That's
That
true.
sounds really fun.
And I've seen vlogs and stuff of people who work on them, and I know it costs like $10 to $15 to get a day, by the way, to have internet. And I feel like, man, that is way too much for internet on a cruise liner. No thanks.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
said
I get it.
he told us that he had to pay, like, even the staff have to pay
Yeah, that's
by the
staff.
minute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, no. So I get why he doesn't want to get online for that stuff. So, anyways, Voka.
Hi, I'm Mira. I played Voka today. My socials are at Cube Mangoes, literally everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and the like and whatnot. And all I have to say is, as a longtime fan of Ross's work as Fang and as Wilvin, if you ever hear this, I'm gonna say fuck you, because you left really large shoes to fill. And I worry every single day that I'm working hard enough to fill them.
Oh.
You're filling
You're
them
doing a
really
great
well.
You're
job.
doing
Yeah.
great job.
Yeah.
That modified
All I know is
memory,
when you
oh
were
my
like,
God.
my alter memory spell, because I'm like, oh my God, she's just gonna like Men in Black, her little sister.
Yeah,
This
I
is the
thought
best.
about it. That wasn't- I also thought I had like this whole like, I was thinking about like, if we didn't have a sending stone, I did have like a whole like plan in my head to like steal one. So I had plans. I had plans.
I personally, I love the energy that you bring. I love Voka's energy, and I really, this was my thing. Was like, ooh, we're gonna need a cleric. Oh, we got a cleric. I guess Voka's a cleric. Yeah.
On some
Maybe.
level,
Like,
he's a cleric.
And
Like, let's play with this body, Laphus. That'll be fun. And I was like,
That'll be
oh,
really
this is.
embrace
There's
the
no qualms
chaos.
about the dead.
We just need to have t-shirts. Favored few, embrace the chaos.
Oh, that's a good one. That's good.
Yeah.
Merch.
That's good.
Let's
That's
make that up.
good.
And my name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky at Ron88Keys, RBDM. Please follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, here on Twitch at Severed Studios. You can find the Severed Sons Rhyme and the Frostmaiden podcast on any podcasting platform. Share us with all your friends. We have a fantastic community on our Discord. Thank you, join our Patreon for early access episodes. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast and Critical Role, and all our listeners and our fans. Keep on rolling, everyone. Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
Bye.